Hey guys, I wanted to talk to you about what the enemy are doing to harvest your energy. Basically, they weaken your chakra or auric field, and they weaken your DNA. So this protection that God given us, the 144,000, are weaken, and so your aura we start to have holes and little cracks and stuff that the enemy uses to come in to siphon your loose energy. And they basically, they could tap, and they can merge also another 144,000, another, you know being into your, because the clusters from sense 8, the clusters are us, the the 8 aspect of self, right? And then you add the sun and the moon, and then they add the divine mother, divine father, and the infinite, the source of all creation, or the monad, and what else? So anyhow, they're all, I think there's 13, there's 7, no 8, that is, and there is 13 layer of self, right? That's including the infinite, the monad, or the creator. And so they will, they will drug you and inject you with stuff in order to weaken your DNA, and so they can come and siphon your energy. And if you watch the Sense8, they said BBO, or the whisperer are Satan, who whispers in your ear telling you to do stuff. Okay, Satan is a whisperer, right? He's working with Archon, the Dimrid, and or Yaldabaoth. Yaldabaoth is their boss, pretty much. The Archons are, part of his legion. And what they're doing is they are harvesting our spiritual energy, because our spiritual energy is the rarest in the universe. So they use it to basically open doors, and use it for their own selfish greed. Okay, so that's what they do. Okay, and they're all working. The establishment is the one residing above the governments. Okay, and then the Yaldabaoth comes on top. Yaldabaoth, Archons, Whisperer are Satans. And guess what? From this TV show, Sense8, they said Satan used to be 100. He used to be one of the Sense8. Satan, the Whisperer, used to be a Sense8. He used to be like us, but then rebelled. They said in this TV show that he rebelled against God. You understand? He started serving. Satan started serving Yaldabaoth. You understand? And that's what he does. So Satan is not the big boss here. The big boss, Yaldabaoth, that's their maker, if you will. And so anyhow, they will merge into your energy field, or your auric field, and to start siphoning your energy without your consent. They did that to me. They drugged me. Past 2 days, they drugged me. And that's what they do to weaken your auric field, so they can steal from you. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they do. And all their intention is to oppress us and to take our spiritual gift. They cannot transfer, to them, but they will steal from you. They will steal from you if you are refusing to obey or submit to Yaldabaoth, and then they will target you. Okay? So, you know what? All this run around, all this attacks for 12 years, I'm dealing with this BS. All of that, you could steal my spiritual energy. You know what I'm saying? They will cause trauma in your life. They can cause hurts, and they could grief and anything of negative nature. Because when you are in pain or when you are suffering, you release loose energy. You release it. You release it because you're connected to the universe. You're connected to God. And it's like crying to God. And so it releases. So that way they take this energy. And if you're not releasing it, they will put you in a fear state or traumatic state in order for, and so they use, and they said in the TV show, clusters, this is the eighth aspect of you, right? Including the Divine Mother, because you remember in that TV show, she died, right? But she transferred her consciousness into us. So the consciousness it came from the father and mother, but it's in the TV show they're saying basically the sun and the moon, but they said the consciousness came from her, and that was Christus Sophia is her consciousness. She associated with the consciousness, okay, and it's if you look who else connected, because Christus Sophia birthed only one child. Okay, she birthed the word, But anyhow, just going to, and then it's the consciousness, the eon came, the eons, and there's 13 eons or 14, I can't remember how many. But anyhow, the eons came, they're, emanation of light. Okay? So, yeah. I'm still dealing with this BS because they're stealing from me, because I'm refusing to obey Yaldabaoth, their boss. And they're doing it in such an abusive nature. It's like their own energy is not good enough. They want my energy. What's wrong with yours? Why you have to steal from me? But anyhow, he's stealing from us, guys. I should speak in, a group. We are a group, and they're stealing from us, and it's the more I read, the more I learn about my targeting, and it pissed me off. It rubbed me the wrong way. You know why? Because I just feel like it's not fair. They continue to take from you, and the longer you stay silent about it, the more they take, because they think it's okay. You're not speaking about it. You're not speaking. You're not really speaking your truth. You're not really, you're saying enough is enough. This is not right for you to take from me. I do not want to obey or submit to no Yaldabaoth. There's a verse in Holy Quran. It says, "Lana lakum dinakum waliya dini." Like, is in a nutshell, he says, I have my religion and you have yours. Okay? Basically, go and worship Yaldabaoth if you want. I am not doing it because it's my religion. It's my align is with God. I'm aligning myself with God. I'm not aligning with no fallen, no someone who was created himself. Yaldabaoth was created. The Divine Mother gave birth to him, and his job is to keep order, and he started to oppress humanity. He started, to start to unleash destructive nature, like world wars, suffering, oppression. Basically, oppression comes in many forms. Oppression comes through education system, religion system. It comes through governmental system. You know what I'm saying? Oppression comes in a lot of forms. You just don't know. You never really look. You don't have to have somebody or like, okay, I 144,000 are oppressed severely because they know where we are, you know. But other people are oppressed indirectly. Taxation, governments, education system, health system, you know, because health system is oppressive regime, you know that, because they create diseases to get you to go to the hospital, to basically to keep the system working, whatever they created. You understand? Because if you're not sick, there won't be any hospitals. You understand? Intentionally, they are making you sick. So it's an oppressive regime. Education system is oppression regime. You know what I'm saying? Because they're only teaching you, the teaching you was not important, is not of God. They're teaching you of the earth. They're teaching you if you don't get an education, you will not live a happy life in earth. You'll not be able to succeed in life. Is linked to material, you know, because the material world is created by Yaldabaoth. You know what I'm saying? It's not created by God. This is not God. God never created a material world. You know, Yaldabaoth did. His system is, he's saying, okay, what I've read, he's saying that Yaldabaoth thinks the world is flawed. But, and he is someone who want to correct the flaws. But then you create a system oppress humanity. God, when he's set the rules about you know, universal laws, free will, what Yaldabaoth created, it goes against free will. It's one of God creation or laws. You understand? So Yaldabaoth is the worst. You know, it's anti-God. Okay? When you understand that, when you understand who's Yaldabaoth is, you know, you understand who's your enemy, who's siphoning your energy, you know, attaching themselves to your cluster, you know. Watch the Sense8, you'll understand why you've been targeted, you know. The more I understand and the more I research, the more I get really annoyed and pissed off, which is not fair, you know. They keep take from you without giving you anything in return. It's like a parasite. That's exactly what it is. Have a good morning.